What is good, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'll be showing you guys the best settings to use in Modern Warfare 3, from controller to graphic to audio, all that good stuff. So let's get started. I use a Scuff 4PS controller. I play on tactical flip with my L1 and L2 flip. So I shoot with my bumpers and throw tacticals and grenades with my triggers. My controller vibration I have on off. My dead zone inputs is very important for your analogs, making sure the shot, the movement's all good and smooth. 0 for my left stick, 4 for my right stick. Left stick max both 99. You could turn those down if you want to strafe in game quicker, and you could test out the right stick min and the left stick min to see like what you want them to be. But I feel like the 0 and 4 is good for this controller right now. I don't really have any stick drift, so we love that. My left trigger and right trigger dead zone is also, you want to have that at 0. If you have it higher up, you're gonna have to put more pressure and push it down, and it's gonna read the when you push the trigger down in game slower. So you want to have this on 0 to make sure it's reading as fast as possible, so you're aiming in, shooting, all that good stuff. Aiming, I play on 6.6 sensitivity with 1 ADS. I don't really switch it up to anything too crazy. I would say this is what most pro players play on. Kind of go by all this stuff. I would always recommend dynamic. I feel like I've been saying this since Modern Warfare 2019, I think, is when I first got introduced. Dynamic is incredible, and for multiplayer especially, I think pretty much everyone uses it and should use it, whether you're a beginning or even an advanced player. You should use dynamic. It is by far the best aim response curve type to reach your maximum capability as a player, so definitely recommend using that. Target aim assist, you always want to have that on, of course. It's this type default. You can switch this stuff up. Personally, I always stick with default. I don't know, I don't really just trust some of the other ones. Personally, I like default. I've always used default, and I probably don't really switch it up for multiplayer. Then gameplay, let's go through this. Automatic sprint off. This is only for pro play. If I was playing pubs, I'd probably use auto attack sprint because you can snake a lot quicker with it, but unfortunately it is banned in the CDL. Tactical sprint behavior is, I have it on double tap, but I would prefer and show you guys and say that you should use single tap run. When you use single tap run, you're pretty much able to sprint a lot faster, and that's gonna help your movement, your snaking, getting out of like corners faster, and hitting breaking cameras quicker as well. Random mantle you want to have off, or you will be mantling everything randomly, backwards, everything. It kind of messes you up. So off, then partial for automatic airborne mantle, and then off for automatic ground mantle / hang. You want to put this to slide only. If you do not put this to slide only, it actually helps you slide cancel faster. It feels like it could be placebo. Everyone agrees with it that it does. So I'm sticking with it in my head because it makes me feel more cracked. I think I'm slide canceling faster. All these other stuff, of course, you want to spring door bash on to run through doors. You kind of just go down here. Weapon mount, I have this off. You can't mount in the pro league, so but you can have it on anything else what you want to. That's personal preference. Tactical stance, I have off because I personally do not want to do the tac stance, so I keep it off. I try to keep it off because I'm not too big of a fan how you can't aim in sometimes when you're sliding, and it takes that is a little delay with that until they get it fixed. Then for my graphics, this is all just my basic stuff. You always want to be on 240 hertz if you are on PC, or the highest frames you can possibly be on. Let's get to the fun stuff now. Make sure you turn this setting to fidelity CAS. Your game will look horrendous if you do not have it on. And then you put that to 100. Make sure it's on 100. Text resolution low, everything else low pretty much. I want to get as many frames as possible with my PC, so I keep most things low, and this is a very important setting. So I'll just slowly go through this. Texture, on-demand text streaming off. For PC, I always have it off. On console, I had it on though. But low, normal, low. Like, I really don't say anything to high, because if you're setting it to high, it might look slightly better, but it cannot give you as many frames. And I feel like I see everything perfectly fine. I was ready. Like, it doesn't really change how much the game actually looks and the importance of it. Field of view on 100. I recommend anywhere from like 95 to like 105. Anything below or above that can kind of get a little weird. But if you do put it on 120, your game looks like a montage. It looks amazing. So if you want to have your game look like a montage, you could definitely try that out. Affected, I like affected. Affected feels very good. When you're aiming down sight, it kind of stays the same. With independent, when you aim down sight, it all zooms in. So if you're playing aggressive and on these maps, you're kind of like running through everything, getting crazy. Affected might be better. If you're kind of sitting back, you're kind of anchoring, looking over your teammates down the streets or the hallways or anything, you could maybe try out independent if you're kind of like, chilling back with a sniper, LMG, AR, that like slower type of play style. World motion blur off. World motion blur off. Film grain 0. And then least for the camera movements. You want to make sure you have those off. Your games will look really bad. You can see in this picture right here how like fuzzy and confusing the game just looks. Film grain, if you turn that up, like it just looks very pixely, and you just don't want that. So inverted flashbang off. If you turn this on, your screen will, instead of going white, will go black. I was using this during the beta. I haven't turned it back on yet. I think my eyes are just so accustomed to the Call of Duty flashbangs of all these years of getting stunned and flashed. And thank God they brought stuns back in the game, because they're not as bright as a flash. But I have this off. This is a very cool setting, so you can just change it to not absolutely destroy your eyesight. So shout out to whoever made that one. Then let's go to audio. Audio, I like to use the headphone bass boost to hear as much as possible. I want to hear all the footsteps. Of course, people are starting to use like covert boots, which is like, or covert sneakers, which is all like dead silence and ninja. And there's also a field upgrade for that too. So you can kind of like mix and match perks and field upgrades, so you can like be quiet when you're making moves around the map, but you definitely can hear people when they do not have it on this game. So master volume, this is just at 50, but that's because I have a Go XLR setup. So that's all personal preference, and like just depending on how your setup is. If things are quiet and you want to turn up to 100, do it. If you like to play with your game sound lower, you can do that as well. This is all just the basic stuff down here. Now let's go to interface. Subtitles I have off. They could be helpful if you do struggle with like knowing when the hard point's going to move, or knowing if a team captured a certain flag or planted a bomb or whatever it could be. So it could be helpful if you want to put subtitles on. And I actually really like this color customization thing. Personally, I'm just such like an old school Call of Duty player that I'm just so used to like the default colors of these games. But I really like how you could literally change your diamond, your character's color on the mini map to anything you want. You can change your teams to anything you want. The enemy to whatever sticks out best for you. For some reason, if you don't like red, you want to see your enemy in teal, you could do that. But yeah, like I said, personally, I just keep it normal. But that does not mean that you shouldn't try and change it. Whatever you think would look best to help you recognize things faster on the minimap, or what's going on around the map, whether that be an enemy, teammates, whatever it may be, you could change that easily. So that's very cool. Just like they have all those things to kind of have fun with it. And then the HUD bounds. Wait, were my HUDs all the way? No way. Don't tell me my HUDs were all the way like that. Okay, well, I'm gonna put this as low as I can, so everything's like kind of scrunched in, and then my mini map will be like, you know, right there a little bit closer, so I don't have to look all the way up on my game. So try to do that. Square mini map right now. With the square mini map, is actually bigger than a circle one. The circle mini map is just not good. I personally don't find any reason for you to use it. You should use the square mini map because it is bigger. You'll be able to see more, and it's just, why would you not want to see more of the map? It's going to help you just be an overall better player. Unless you don't want to play with a mini map, then I guess use circle if you don't want to see it as much. Mini map rotation on. If you do not have this on, your mini map will stay like one direction the whole time. It will never rotate. But when you're moving around the map, maneuvering and stuff, being like the enemy's base or certain areas, or if your teammate's calling something out, you can like turn. You could see different areas of the mini map, which is very, very helpful. So highly recommend you have mini map on. Crosshairs, have this as on. You display the crosshair indicator. Static reduces motion sickness, but does not actually represent the direction of fire. So you could use either one of those. It's kind of just personal preference. I would not recommend using off. If you use off, that's like you're playing old school hardcore mode without crosshairs. You could do that if you're a savage, but I personally would just not. I don't know. Me personally, I wouldn't do it. Hit marker visuals, pretty much when you are aiming at someone and you shoot someone with a bullet, hit marker will pop up. Definitely should have these on. Don't see a real reason why you wouldn't. But yeah, definitely helps. Player's name. This is important as well, to see the full player name. If they have a clan tag and a gamer tag, and with longer gamer tags, you will be able to see their name, whether they're hiding in a bush, laying down somewhere on top of a building. But if you have icon only, you're only gonna see that little dot. So it's a little bit harder to see, and you might miss someone instead of just having their full name. So make sure you have full name for player names. Telemetry, this is all just if you want to see your FPS, your server latency, packet loss, anything else you want to see. You want to put the time on in Call of Duty so you know what time it is. You can do that as well, because you know these grinding sessions can last a long time. Everything else is just kind of basic. So that's going to be it for the settings of video. Hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know if you change your settings to any of these that I have, you're going to absolutely fry. But thank you guys all for watching. You made it to the end. I will see you guys in the next video. And as always, my name's Attach, and I'm out. Peace.